Very good morning to all. Yes, very good morning to all. Standard 11 Commerce, Subject OCM and Chapter number 9, that is Internal Trade. In last lecture, that we have completed up to Source of Finance, and today we are going to start. That is new chapter, okay, of our syllabus. And the chapter name is Internal Trade. So mostly in this particular lecture we discuss about the various types of businesses, trade. Okay. So what we have to discuss in this particular chapter, so various topics are there. So first of all we are going to see that which topics are included in this particular chapter, and then one by one we discuss all chapters. Okay. So here first of all internal trade that we have to discuss. In that meaning classification and wholesale trade. Then after second, that is retail trade. Okay, advantages, disadvantages, how many types of retail trade is there. Then after technology of trade, nowadays various types of terminology. Okay, various types of terminology that we have to use. For example, COD, FOB, CIF, and EMOC that you can see in a business language. Okay, so we have to learn that particular things, that what is the meaning of that particular short form and how it's used in particular internal trade. Okay, then next, that is difference between departmental store and chain store, and last difference between retailer as well as wholesaler. So various 5 topics are included in this particular topic, in this particular chapter, and we have to learn, we have to discuss one by one all 5 topics. Okay, so let us start with first topic, that is introduction part. Then what do you mean by internal trade, and various classification of internal trade. Okay, so here we have to discuss introduction part first of all, then what do you mean by internal trade, and third one, that is classification of internal trade. Okay, so let's see over here with introduction. Trade means exchange of goods and services in return of goods or services or money, that we discuss in first part of our chapter. Okay, what do you mean by trade? So in trade we can say that exchange of goods and services in exchange of goods and services, or exchange of goods and services in against of money with the profit motive, with the motive of profit between two people, that is called trade. Okay, next one. The objective of trade is to get profit by providing goods and services to customers. When such transactions take place among different areas, territories or states in the geographical boundaries of a country, it is called internal trade. Okay, so in simple word, we can learn what do you mean by internal trade. So trade occurs or trade done within the geographical area, within the geographical boundaries, that is called internal trade. For example, the owner of any business, those who are situated in Ahmedabad, those who are selling their goods in Maharashtra. Okay. Same another example, the owners of any business, those who are selling their goods, those who are situated in Baroda, Gujarat, those who are selling their goods in Delhi. Okay. So within the boundary of our India, if you are doing purchase and sales of goods, it means that you are doing trade. It is called internal trade. Okay. And here, next, various types of productions are not possible in a country due to unequal distribution of natural wealth. Because of this, producers supply their products to the customers over different area of country, and this is called internal trade. What is the reason behind that? Why internal trade is done? Because in India, all the business owners do not have equal resources. to produce any goods. Okay. For example, differences of land. Different types of land is there. In that particular land, tea is good plantation. We are producing tea. Do the agriculture of tea plantation in Assam. Okay. So same way, in different types of situation, different types of state have different types of ideology, different types of speciality, and for the fulfillment of requirement of each other, generally what they are doing, they are interchanging the goods in terms of goods before the starting of money. It's called barter system. And after that particular things, when money arrives, origin of money is there, they are exchange the goods and services in against of money. So that is called internal trade. Okay. So here internal trade meaning, let's see, internal trade means trade within the geographical boundary of a country. Okay. So within the geographical boundary, whether it is sell from Jammu Kashmir to Chennai or where at anywhere, but within the India, that is called internal trade. Okay. Currently, weight measurement, trade practices, and legal matters are common in the internal trade. Mostly what happens when you are doing the internal trade, you are doing work, you are selling the goods within the country. So measurement, weight, most important currency, all are same. Because if you are doing business in India, definitely you have to convert in terms of money as a rupees. Okay, so legalities, government license, all are same because you are doing business in one particular country. Next one, it takes less time, risk is less, and contact between purchaser and seller can be easily maintained due to easy transportation of goods in the internal trade. Because you are doing work with one state to another state, so it's a less risky. Because transportation duration is short. Okay, so understanding is good, government licensing is free or it is very less, and understand by both the party. So here what happened in internal trade, in comparison of international trade, internal trade is very easy, less risky, and that's why it is very beneficial to businessmen. Okay, and most of the people generally they are selling the goods and purchasing the goods from the market, and that we can say that that's a internal trade. If we are purchasing goods from the market, it is called internal trade, because on the basis of that goods, we are selling and purchasing activity. We are doing the selling and purchasing activity. Okay, so this is the meaning of internal trade. So see, in simple terms, in very simple terms, you can easily learn what do you mean by internal trade. The trade between geographical boundary of India, that is called internal trade. It's very easy to understand. Okay. Now next, second one, that is classification of trading activity. Okay. So different types of classification is there of internal trade, and now we have to learn that different types of trading activity. Okay, so classification is there, so only chart is there, and thereafter classification is there. So number one, from the viewpoint of boundary. Okay, so here number one, from the viewpoint of boundary. Okay, so from the viewpoint of boundary, two types is there. Number one, that is internal trade, and second one, that is foreign trade. Okay, or international trade. So this is the first part, which is related with the viewpoint of boundary area. If we are selling within the country, that is called internal trade. If we are selling the goods without outside the boundary, that is called international trade. Number two, from the viewpoint of distribution. Okay, so here that from the viewpoint of distribution. Okay, so from the viewpoint of distribution, again two types is there. Number one, that is direct trade, and number two, okay, that is 1 and 2, that is indirect trade. Okay, or in indirect trade, again two part is there: wholesaler and retail. Okay, see, direct trade, that means company direct selling goods to the customer. There is no intermediaries. Okay, and indirect sale. So in indirect, again two types is there. Number one, that is with the wholesaler, and number two, that is retail, or wholesale market or retail market. So this is the second classification. Now next, number 3, third classification, from the viewpoint of payment. So here that's from the viewpoint of payment. So as we know that you learn in accountancy, so from the viewpoint of payment, whether you are purchasing goods directly you have to pay, so that is a different way. Otherwise you are purchasing goods or selling goods, but the payment is not done instantly. After some period of time you are receiving or you are paying payment. Okay, so here that is cash transaction or cash trade, and second one, that is credit. Okay, that you learn better way in your accountancy. Okay, so from the viewpoint of payment, trade cash, trade transaction, credit transaction, as well as cash transaction. Okay, and number 4, from the viewpoint of delivery of goods. Okay, so here from the viewpoint of delivery of goods. Okay, so from the viewpoint of delivery of goods, again two types is there. Number 1, related to spot trade. Spot trade, it means that at the shop at that time you are paying the money and you are receiving the goods. And number 2, home delivery. Okay, that is future or forward trade. So future or forward trade. Okay, so this is the classification of trade. How many classifications is there? 4 types of classification is there. Number 1, on the basis of viewpoint of boundary, so 2 types is there: internal trade and foreign trade. Number 2, from the viewpoint of distribution, so 2 types is there: direct trade and indirect trade. Again in indirect trade, 2 types is there. Number 1, wholesaler or wholesale trade, and retail trade. So 2 types is there. And next, another 2 types. Number 3, from the viewpoint of payment, again from the viewpoint of payment, 2 types is there: cash trade and credit trade. At the time of trade, if we are paying cash, if we are paying money, it is called cash trade. And currently you are doing transactions after some period of time. If you are paying money, that is called credit trade. Okay, and last number 4, from the viewpoint of delivery of goods. So here from the viewpoint of delivery of goods, that means spot at that time. Currently you are deliver the goods, so instantly, that is called spot trade. And number 2, that is further or future trade. Okay, it means that you are dealing in business, for example today, and you are sending that goods. Okay, you are sending that goods after 3 days. So that type of trade is called future or forward trade. It means that today onwards, that today you are dealing that particular business transactions, and after some period of time you are sending the goods. Otherwise, if you are purchaser, when you are receiving the goods. So this is called a spot or future trade. Okay. So this is the classification. This is the classification of internal trade. So what we learned today? First of all, that is introduction part. What do you mean by trade? Then what do you mean by internal trade? And third one, that is classification of internal trade. Next point is that is the wholesale trade, and it's a long topic because in wholesaler, first of all you have to learn meaning, then how wholesaler is helpful to customer, and how wholesaler is helpful to business, that is manufacturer. That topic that we have created, and it's a very big point is there because 12 points that we have to cover in this particular things. Okay, so that particular topic that we are discussing from our next video or the next lecture. Okay, so today we have to learn two topics. Number one, internal trade, meaning and definition of internal trade, and number two, that is classification